Welcome to episode 4 of 3 Star the Valley. We're just looking to shoot a 25 on Lakeside using only basic discs. Again, we're using the Explorer, the Compass, and the Dagger for putting. Lakeside is the first course that I would really consider to be a challenge. It's got a couple tricky holes, including the island hole. So the first hole I just used an Explorer, threw it right up there. Second hole, going to be using an Explorer as well. I made sure to put a little bit of turn on it there just to make sure that I'm way over onto the land. As soon as you have a musket, you can go for the eagle on this hole, but with an Explorer, that would be pushing it. So I just played it safe, played for the birdie, and got it. I don't think I'm going to birdie every hole in this round, but we'll see. So here's the first of the island holes. And I'm aiming way out to the right with an Explorer, knowing that it's going to be stable and come back to the left. The big skip almost got me there, but I just held on to the back part of the island and set up a dagger putt, which luckily stuck in the chains. Those always make me a little bit nervous. And this is a par 5. I think it's the first par 5 we've seen in this series. And as soon as you have distance drivers, this is the Albatross Hole. But with an Explorer, we're just looking for eagle, which I think would be our first eagle of the series as well. So I'm going to aim low, get under the wind, and just make it over and skip up towards the basket, which is going to leave us with an eagle putt from about, I missed the meters, but about 10 meters out, and that's in for the eagle. So we're off to a good start here, 5 under through 4. And we're going to the 5th hole. The 5th hole can be a little bit tricky. You're shooting onto the middle island here. I don't try to push it too hard because it can skip off the back. Luckily on that one we didn't. Once you have a ballista, this can be made all the way across to the basket, so you have an eagle putt or even make the long ace for Albatross. But with the Explorer, playing it safe, getting our birdie. And moving on to hole 6. This is another one that can be a little tricky. You have the mandatory to the left out over the lake. And I'm going to use an Explorer just to aim up high, launch it way out there, and let it come back. Where it can get tricky is if you hit the base of that basket, it can bounce back into the lake. And if you skip in too deep, you can get stuck behind the trees, which can be tricky on this elevated basket. And then you're putting from a drop zone, which is makeable, but putting for par. This is another hole that I think people find to be a little bit tricky. We're shooting out over the lake. I think this is probably modeled after a hole at Maple Hill, which is famous for Simon Levett's skip ace off the ice. But I always just use a compass, and even though it's like 90 meters long, it's no problem to get it there. And there's like the first big mistake that we've seen in this series. I missed the putt. But I continue on because that's my first miss, and I do have the eagle. And here is the hole that will drive people crazy. But I'm here to tell you it's actually not that bad. You just want to get the musket, aim down and to the right of the island, and let it fade back on. I'm pretty sure you can make it on with the musket in any wind. It might be a little tricky if you have a really bad headwind, but the musket, it's just got right about the right distance to get it onto the island. And now we're on to the 9th hole, which I think most people call the island hopper hole. So advanced players are most likely going to be making the shot that I just made, but not rolling it into the water. Ouch, that one hurt. But advanced players, their second shot's probably going to be all the way over to the basket island, but we're just playing it safe, going island to island, jumping around on the right side here, which seems to be the most effective way. And I'm shooting with the compass right up to the basket, which is tapping in for par, which should put us at 8 under for the round, which is just good enough to get our 3 stars with a 25. Thanks for watching. I hope you find it helpful, and we look forward to seeing you for the next round of 3 Stars in the Valley.